Hi, in this week's show we are learning how animals protect themselves from predators. And this chinchilla has a very interesting trick up its sleeve. And Joe will be telling us all about it later in the show. So let's find out how animals protect themselves in this week's edition of Junior Rangers.
In the wild, nearly all animals are at risk from predators. Although here at Longleat the animals are quite safe, you can still see some different examples of animal defence. If an animal does have to face a predator, it has three choices. Does it hide? Does it run away? Or does it fight back?
In a show last year, we found out all about camouflage, and hiding from predators is a good way for animals to keep safe. We can see that the giraffe's spots help it hide in the dappled sunlight under the trees, and the zebra's stripes help to confuse predators. If an animal can't hide from a predator, it may be best to run away.
If you're a slow mover like the tortoise, you won't be able to run very fast. But if a tortoise cannot outrun its predator, it will pull itself back into its shell, keeping it safe.
Those horns look like they would be a good defence, but most animals with horns and antlers use them mainly for show and not for protecting themselves. But as Joe found out a few weeks ago, the goats do use their horns to see off unwelcome guests.
She's going for the camera.
The hippos and the rhinos use their strength and size to defend themselves against potential predators, and they'll usually chase them away.
But what about the smaller animals? Joe is in Pet's corner. So Joe, how does the chinchilla keep itself safe?
Well, Joe will let us in on the chinchilla's secret in a minute, but first let's look at some of the other small animals. This is the cane toad, and to scare off predators it can puff up its lungs, lifting its body off the ground, making it appear a lot taller and larger. But it can also give its skin a poisonous coating, so if it does get eaten, the predator will be in for a nasty surprise. The ants may be small, but they can scare off creatures much larger than themselves by giving them a painful bite with those large jaws. Whereas the tarantula is quite a friendly creature, but if it feels it is in danger, it can fire the hairs off the back of its body, which are really sharp, like darts or arrows. Now let's meet one of my favourite animals here in Pet's Corner. I would quite like to have one of these as a pet at home.
Joe, here we have got the bearded dragon, okay? This one's called Bernard, and as you can see at the moment, he's looking really relaxed, okay? He's outside on my hand, looking really chilled out, but a totally different matter, okay? If another animal comes along, or a much feared predator, he will instantly stand very rigid, flatten his stomach on the branch or wherever it is he's standing. His spines will stick out, he'll lift his head up, and the beard part here, which is where they get their name from, his throat will kind of stick out and turn jet black really fast, very quickly.
Like literally just change colour?
Just change colour, literally like a wash of colour, a wash of black. And probably open his mouth like this a little bit, and so it looks really quite menacing. So if you were thinking of hurting him or eating him, you'd think twice, you'd run the other way.
Well, I would definitely run away from an angry bearded dragon. But what about the chinchilla?
Well, the chinchilla has a really interesting defence mechanism. Joe, I think you better tell us what it is.
Okay, Joe, do you have any idea yourself?
It bites you.
Okay, near enough, but not quite near. What he actually does, okay, is he can actually spray his urine okay, up to about 2 or 3 foot in a long blast, or he'll wee on his tail and flick it at you.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
I know. It's quite clever though, isn't it? This lovely little cuddly looking chinchilla, you know, he has to have a defence mechanism as well. So apart from other things like vocal cries and trumpeting sound to wall predators off, that is the sure way of getting rid, isn't it, of your predator, by flicking or spraying wee.
Why couldn't it just bite them? It's so cute, but there's just got like a horrible dark side to it. Are there any other animals who do it?
Well, a much bigger animal, and you would actually get quite wet from that. A rhino.
A rhino?
They do the same thing.
I'd hate to be hit by a rhino doing that. I mean, a chinchilla, yeah, that'd be like, ooh. But a rhino, they'd probably knock you off your feet.
It would, definitely. You'd be very smelly afterwards.
Big or small, the animals here at Longleat have shown us lots of interesting ways that they can keep safe from predators.
But personally, I'm going to make sure I don't upset the chinchilla. That's all for this week, and we look forward to seeing you all again here at Longleat for the next edition of Junior Rangers.
Come and join us again in 2 weeks' time when we'll be finding out how to cook the famous Longleat chocolate brownies.